So it was early in the spring 2000 that I had woken up one morning and I had begun to develop a routine of some stretches that I would do before I got out of bed in the morning, just because my body would be so sore and achy. So as I kind of moved through my stretches, I was definitely a little bit jaded with what I was doing. And as I looked over into the corner of my room at my running shoes, I just said to myself, I can't do this anymore. And so I decided that morning that I was going to go take a hot yoga class down in Philadelphia. So at the time I was living in Wilmington. So I drove down to Philadelphia thinking that I'm going to go to this hot yoga class and maybe that's going to be something that helps me. So I remember walking into the room and getting this kind of unnerving silence in the room. The room is hot. There's people warming up. It feels rather tense. I felt like I was back in my ice hockey days of being in a locker room before a game, suiting up. So the teacher quickly came into the room and instructed all of us to come up to the top of the mat. We began doing these movements, and within no time, I'm sweating profusely. My body is being challenged, and I feel like I'm going to throw up. We move our bodies standing, we move our bodies on our knees, on our backs, on our stomachs. We do all these different movements, and by the very end, I find myself just lying there on my back. And I felt like I was going to die, and that was corpse pose. So it was pretty poetic that we're on our backs. When we got up from that class and I walked out, I really had no intentions, per se, of going back to that class again. But it wasn't until the next morning when I woke up and I sat back up on the side of my bed and I began moving through my little stretches that I would do that I kind of felt that I wasn't as sore and my back didn't hurt me as much. There was enough of a crack in the door to get me to go back and to take class again, which I did that day. And that was a day that forever changed my career and the way I look at life.